Hey guys, this episode is brought to you by Squarespace, the ultimate platform for creating a professional online presence. Whether you're starting from scratch or expanding your brand, Squarespace makes it easy to design beautiful websites, engage with your audience, and sell anything, all in just one convenient platform. You can go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, you can go to squarespace.com/wine to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Again, that's squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/wine to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Wine About It listeners, we held hands.
Oh my god.
We interlocked our little fingers on a plane.
We didn't interlock them.
Okay, fine.
Don't lie for attention.
Held hands. Welcome to Wine About It.
Welcome to Wine About It.
Merry Christmas.
It is the Christmas episode. No, it's not.
No, but you have a Christmas tree.
I do have a Christmas tree. You don't.
No. I just have the sad,
we have to change that
background that washes me out and looks like I'm at a old J.C. Penney in black and white.
Yeah, just put the purple one back up, forehead.
That's so much work.
Everybody wants it.
We gotta figure out what we're doing. Next for backgrounds.
Well, I'm having someone build it, but it's going to take them a month or two.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Wait, what are you having? What are you
We
building?
talked about it. The wooden
I didn't know
things
you,
on wheels.
Okay.
Oh.
I didn't know you were getting. I didn't know it was in motion.
Oh, it's in motion, yeah.
Oh, okay. Then
I'm waiting for mock-ups, but it's still going to take forever because he has to build it, and then he has to bring one to California and one to Austin, and he has to set them up.
Oh my god.
It's going to be expensive.
Expensive.
Yeah. Well,
okay. Wow.
Unfortunately, that's what it costs to make your podcast not ugly. Oh my god, I'm not even using the right chair. What? It doesn't matter.
Oh my god. Why would you switch? You hate our chairs?
Well, yeah.
I love them.
Okay. I can't crisscross applesauce as easily on that one because it doesn't have the armrest because I like leaning. I like leaning to a side. And I fall off. There's no arms.
Man, we really just did a bad job. Wow. Okay.
Stay doing a bad job.
Yeah. All right. Well, is what it is. I have big news. I have a beer today.
Why?
So because I need a drink.
Oh, why?
So I'm drinking today.
Why do you need a drink?
Because I've had a freaking miserable week. Like
what? Oh,
miserable week.
Maya, what happened? Tell me about it. Like I haven't heard.
Yes, Cutie's heard about it every single day. No, so I talked about it on my stream today, and people have probably seen in social posts. We lost one of our rat ambassadors, like almost 2 weeks ago now, huh? Like a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
And she was 2 years old, and rats live like 2 to 3 years. She had congestive heart failure, and so she had to be euthanized, and that was really sad, like alone, because we love the animals so much. And then a couple days later, Timber, one of our rescued wolf dogs, his stomach flipped, and so he had to be rushed into a surgery for bloat, and he didn't wake up from anesthesia. It's like a freak thing that can happen to pretty much any dog at any time, more common in larger dogs, but just not something
It's actually like incredibly common. Like it.
Yeah.
Like it's so common to the point that it's one of those things that Swift is a small dog, and so it's less likely to happen to him. But even him, I don't let him drink too much water at a time. I don't let it's like, it's a thing. It's so common. It's crazy. It's scary. Yeah. And even then, that doesn't mean they won't get bloat. By the way, you could be as helicopter mom as me, and it could still happen. Like,
yeah, it can happen to a dog laying down.
Yeah.
It's just a freak thing. So we didn't anticipate that. We didn't anticipate losing him so soon. And so it's been like a really hard week for those two losses. And then right after Timber passed away, my friend died. My close friend just died.
I smile because I don't know how to react besides just smile.
Yeah.
It's just so incredibly sad.
It's just not something that I was ready for at all. And like just way too young and just like, again, out of nowhere. And so then I was just like, okay. And then Nilla.
Other rat. Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, Chips, our other rat, Chips Ahoy, our other rat at Elvas, had a cancerous tumor in her abdomen, and had a lung infection that we've been treating for a long time, but she wasn't responding well to. And then she had this cancerous tumor, and so then the chips had to be put down, or had to be euthanized. And so we lost 3 ambassadors in a week. I lost 1 friend, and my parents got in a car accident within 24 hours of me losing my friend unexpectedly. So like in this 24 hours, I'm like processing, and I'm just like, it's so crazy that people can just die like out of nowhere. That's so crazy. And then I get a call from my brother, and he's like, hey, mom and dad were in a car accident. And I was like, oh my God. My parents are okay. Besides, like, I mean, there are injuries, but like they're alive. And so that was really scary. And then I got back, and I brought my dog, Bella, I've had her since I was in 8th grade, and she's 12 now. I brought her to the vet to check out this lump on her side, and the lump is fine, but she has this giant tumor in her abdomen, and it's cancer. So I found out Bella has cancer 2 days ago, and so she's starting end-of-life care tonight, steroids. So Bella will only be with me for probably like a couple more weeks. It's kind of hard to say. It could be less. It could be more. And that was all and that was all in the past like week and a half.
Yeah. Cheers. She's whining about it. Dude, overwhelming.
It's just insane. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot to also, my therapist is on freaking maternity leave, selfish bitch. So I can't even talk to my therapist about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
For what it's worth, if you're hearing all of this for the first time on this podcast and I seem unemotional, you can go watch my stream today. Because I recapped all of this on stream today and I cried. I don't know if you saw that. It was.
Did you? I didn't see it.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like I wasn't crying the whole stream, but I was crying, like explaining everything. It was a lot. But
Did
I
you
don't
delete
have
the
it in
VOD
me anymore? No.
Oh, okay.
But I don't have it in me anymore to do that again. So if you think I'm unemotional, fuck you.
Yeah. Especially if you're driving to work right now wearing a ball cap.
Ooh. They throw off their ball caps. Yeah. So that's how my week has been. How's yours?
It's been all right. It's been a little stressful. I can't compare. But I've had a big hypochondria flare up, and it's been pretty insufferable. I think I might have pinched a nerve or something when we traveled, which we're going to talk about. But so my left side, my arm specifically, has been like really weak and like numb and tingly. And so I keep thinking I'm having a stroke. And if you are a hypochondriac person, it's stressful. And then I had a very stressful thing happen yesterday morning. And then within 10 minutes of that, I broke out in a rash.
It was weird. I will admit,
yeah.
Cutie does have hypochondria, but the rash was strange. It was like her whole arm.
Both of them. I mean, it's still kind of there.
I would have been weirded out too.
Yeah, it was all the way up and around to this arm. And so I was like, crap, let me rush to urgent care. Plus I have a sponsor yesterday. So I rushed to urgent care and they're like, oh, this is definitely an allergy rash or a stress rash. And I was like, okay, how do you tell the difference? And he's like, have you eaten anything new today? And I'm like, I haven't eaten today. And he's like, okay, have you used any new products? And I'm like, nope. And he's like, have you been stressed? I've been like, yep. And he was like, yeah, it's a stress rash then. And I was like, okay. So then I went home and took a Benadryl, and then you have to do a sponsor on a Benadryl. And so I'm trying to do the sponsor and I cannot think straight. And then I still feel like
sleepy, guys.
I can't think straight anyway, because I'm so hyper fixated on thinking I'm having a stroke that I just can't think. So I even tried to do stream today and I like started getting a stress rash on my neck. Like, and it was just like, cause I could not focus cause I'm just like so stressed out about thinking I'm having a stroke. So
she was stressed about losing in Fortnite.
Yeah, I was stressed about losing in Fortnite. I just have a big headache with like a stabby pain right here. And of course it's all on my left side, which doesn't make sense. And I'm trying to tell myself it doesn't make sense because if I was having a stroke, it'd be on the right side, affecting the left side. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay. I tried to schedule a massage because it's definitely like I can feel it. Like this side of my shoulders is rock hard. Like I know I have some muscle issues right there. And this side's like, I can move it. So I know it's definitely probably something that just needs to be worked out. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to schedule a massage. So I scheduled a massage today, but I did it last night after midnight. So it was for tomorrow. And I was like, oh,
sad.
So, but like last night was pretty bad. I was just really, really anxious. And since I was on Benadryl, I couldn't take a Xanax, and it's been a whole thing. But mental health, does that to you sometimes. It kicks you in the ass, but I've been unwell.
She texted me at 11:30 last night. What's the point of texting me this if you're not going to respond? She texted me at 11:30. She said, I don't know how to convince myself I'm not having a stroke. And I said, what? Why a stroke? And she just didn't reply.
Cause it just is a stroke. Like even right now, it feels like I'm like slurring my words.
You are not having a stroke.
I feel like I am.
Also,
and
in
even when I went to the doctor, he didn't do any tests. He was like, you look fine. You just have a stress rash. Because I've been tingly. The most this is because Cutie said this, so I can say this. The most selfish, unfortunate piece of this week is Cutie was there when I know
made the call, got the call about my friend dying unexpectedly, and like we talked about what happened and like what it could be, whatever, and like that's really, really bad for Cutie because they're about the same age too, and so she was just that was bad for her. And I was mindful of that, for the record. Like when
there's nothing you could do.
I was like, this is not good for her to hear. What do I like run away while I'm crying just so she doesn't hear it? I don't know. Like, it is
unfortunately a very incredibly selfish thing that happens with all hypochondriacs. That as soon as something devastating happens, you just assume that it's also happening to you. Like when, like, admittedly, even when Kaide got cancer, I'm like sitting there, I'm like, oh my God, like, and only hypochondriacs I've ever talked to have understand that. I don't mean to do that. Like, I'm not trying to make it about me. I'm not making it about me. I'm just all of a sudden, like, it's not that like you're making it up, but you are suddenly quite literally feeling the symptoms. Mm-hmm. Like, what's annoying is even yesterday when I talked to the doctor, I was like, yeah, I've been thinking maybe I'm like having a stroke or something, because like my left side has been weird and tingly. And he was like, oh no, like you would also have a bad headache and your speech would be slurring and you'd have brain fog. And I have brain fog and I have had a headache. And so I'm sitting there and it's like, and it's just like, it's the worst thing you could do is like say symptoms in front of someone with hypochondria.
Does he know that you have that?
No. But whatever. What could he, I mean, it's not like, whatever. Hopefully it's okay. Hopefully I'm still not a stroke, but I just feel like I'm having a stroke because it's been like a week of my left side being numb. And now I have a headache.
I don't think you're having a stroke.
Okay.
You also just went to urgent care, and I feel like it'd be really
He didn't
cool
do any tests.
I don't know. I don't know enough, I guess.
He should have at least done a blood draw or something.
I think people don't do blood draws that often. I mean, I get my blood drawn once a year.
Really?
Yes.
Whenever I go to urgent care, I usually get my blood drawn.
Yeah, but that's like not, I don't think most people do that.
Weird. Weird alert.
No, I just get it drawn once a year for like baseline, just to check up.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
I suppose, but it's been I don't know, it's apparently Mercury came out of retrograde or something like that, and it's been pretty unlucky.
That is unfortunately everybody's problem right now. Anybody else having just like a terrible, just like a horrible, just awful December? It's the worst week of the year for me by far. I mean, I'm like sitting here talking, dwanking, but I mean, I have not processed anything. Do you think I'm developing a dissociative disorder?
I don't think so, but I am like, I hope you aren't. I don't think you are.
Stressed me out because
you just can.
But I feel like I need more trauma for that. No?
I don't know.
It feels like really dramatic for that.
I mean, when my mom died is when I first had symptoms of a dissociative disorder, but I didn't full-fledged have one until I got swatted, and my mom dying was more traumatic to me than getting swatted.
Right.
So it's just like the last needle on the haystack sometimes. And if you just sit there and you don't process it, which I didn't because I quite literally had to sit back in my desk and go live and pretend like nothing happened. Like, if you don't process that shit, then that's where it all comes from. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm just telling you to talk about it and stuff like that.
I do talk about it, I feel like, extensively. Cutie told me to write it down. I get really frustrated, like, journaling and writing stuff down. I did do it, though.
Yeah, it's fine. That's good. But it also could not be affecting you as strongly as, you know, some things do. And I'm just assuming and being a little like, you know, make sure you're really, because it could be sometimes horrible things can happen to you or around you and it doesn't actually affect you as much as you think it should. And that's also fine.
Yeah.
Like I kind of explained this in a bad way. What I was trying to explain yesterday is like, yes, it's horrible that my grandma died, but that didn't add trauma to me the way my mom's death did. Right. And it's like, and I sat there being like, why didn't I cry? Why am I not crying? Even though I loved my grandma so much. And it's like, I think you also just get at some point in your life a little used to death and what it means and how hard it is that sometimes you don't have the wherewithal to, like the bandwidth to cry or process. Like I think I still process my grandma's death correctly. Like my grandma's gone, you know, but, and I can, you know, I can talk about my grandma dying without sobbing in a very, you know, long way. I still cannot talk about my mother's death in a serious way without crying.
Right.
So that shows that I haven't desensitized myself. I haven't processed that.
Yeah, I don't know. I got a ways to go on this one. And I don't think I've started. I think part of the problem with having a week or like a sequence of weeks like this is like, when, what time? Like, are you going to process something? Because then the next thing happens and you're like, like, what do I do with that? And then what do I do with this one? And then what do I do with this? And they all just like stack up. And then there's no time. But I'll be fine. Surely I'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I mean, everything has to be fine at some point.
Yeah.
What did you see that YouTube is testing voice replies to comments?
No.
Yeah.
What? So you can listen to people's comments?
No. So if someone replies to whine about it and they call us dumb bitches, we can reply using our voice.
Oh, that's a terrible idea.
Isn't that interesting? I don't know. It seems like a waste of like
ever do that.
Bandwidth, I guess.
I mean, that's just such a dangerous amount of attention, I feel. Like even I never even reply on YouTube. If you see a reply from me on YouTube, that is not me. No offense.
Oh, I do sometimes.
I've never done that.
I usually say you're an asshole.
Oh.
When someone's an asshole.
Brave.
Yeah, I would say so.
Hey guys, this episode is sponsored by Squarespace. Here's a quick reminder. Squarespace is the ideal all-in-one platform to help you build your brand and shine online. With design intelligence, Squarespace blends years of design experience with advanced AI to help you create a website that reflects your unique vision. Additionally, Squarespace Payments streamlines transactions, providing options like Apple Pay and Klarna for hassle-free management. And with Blueprint AI, you can build custom on-brand website in just minutes. You can go to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, you can go to squarespace.com/wine to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Again, you can go to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, you can head to squarespace.com/wine. That's squarespace.com/wine, WINE, to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Squarespace is your ideal all-in-one platform to help you build your brand and shine online. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this episode. We have a big story to tell this week that Ludwig already told on the yard.
I know, he stole our content, but granted, he also bought
deserves it.
Yeah. He also paid for it.
Yeah. So Cutie and I, somehow in the midst of this last week and a half that has been an absolute week from hell, we went to Vancouver and saw Taylor Swift's last show, her last Eras tour.
Yeah.
Which means that Cutie got on a plane to Vancouver and got on a plane to come back. Woo!
Yippee.
Yeah.
My biggest complaint about getting on a plane is everyone fucking talking about me getting on the plane.
Yeah.
It makes me not want to get on a plane. It annoys the shit out of me.
I thought about it when it came out of my mouth.
Well, it's not your fault. I mean, you're different than
No, I know, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, everybody, shut up. Everyone's like, yay, you got on a plane. Shut up. Yay, you like showered today. Like, oh my God, dude. The problem with like
stop talking about it and don't be proud of her. She doesn't want it.
I don't want it. Like, it doesn't do anything. It's if anything, it feels condescending to me. Like, you did it. How do you feel now? When are you gonna fly again? Shut up. Like, I know it's a stupid fear. It's like, imagine you're terrified of spiders and I'm like, good job, you walked past a spider today. Like, oh my God, dude.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
It just drives me crazy. I don't. It's not the commenters. For the record, commenters, I get it. You're commenting nice things. I get it. It's like actual people in my life. It's like infantilizing. That's the word I'm looking for. They're like, oh my gosh, good job, you did. I'm like, shut up. Shut up.
Also, and the people that are like, oh, now you can go here, here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here.
Yeah, that's not how it works. Maya is my witness. It was torture the entire time.
I would like to say, on the way out, yes. On the way back, yes, but less.
Yes, but it's also internalized. Like, it's not like I'm going to, like,
I just accept
my fate.
I don't think
on the
it's
way
like
back.
A linear progression. I don't think it's like, oh, she's getting better.
Yeah.
Like, she's good now. Like, I don't think that. I just think that that it was slightly better on the way back. But on the way out,
I think it was what?
Wine About It listeners, we held hands.
Oh my God.
We held up, we interlocked our little fingers on the plane.
We didn't interlock them.
Okay, fine.
Don't lie for attention.
Held hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just,
it was cute.
Wait, I forgot what I was going to say. I'm having a stroke.
No, you're not.
Oh, no.
I said it's like, it's not a linear thing. I don't think you're like all of a sudden better because the flight back was better.
Oh,
and
yeah. It's funny you say the flight back was better because I think the flight back was worse because I didn't sleep that entire night. Because all I was doing was thinking about planes. Yeah, then leading up to the plane ride.
Oh, I slept.
I didn't sleep at all. Well, great. Congrats.
Wine About It listeners, we slept in the same bed. We cuddled.
No, we didn't. What is up with you today?
Cutie was like, I think that we should put up a pillow wall in between us. And I was like, we don't have to do that. We're friends. We don't need a wall.
Maya said that.
We can just lie down together and sleep in bed.
Because I got us an insane hotel room.
Dude, it was so cool. I will never forget that hotel room.
I do want to move there. I want to live in that hotel room.
It was so cool. Okay, yeah. let's shall we tell the story of how we got to Vancouver? Okay,
rewind. So it's the day after Streamer Awards.
Well, it's before Streamer Awards, right? I'm still in Texas. All right. Cutie's like, I want to go to this Taylor Swift concert, but it's in Vancouver and it's the day after Streamer Awards. Are we going to go? Probably not, but I'm going to buy all the tickets just in case we decide to go. And I was like, all right, I'm with whatever you're with. So I brought all the stuff from Texas to go to Vancouver. So like an outfit for Taylor Swift, my passport to go to another country, like a backpack so that I could pack like a bag just for that weekend, whatever. So that was in Texas. I came to LA planning on, honestly, no offense,
what?
Like 30-70. I was like 30% were going to Vancouver, maybe even 20. And like 70% were not. But I was down for whichever. I was just ready. So we did the Streamer Awards the next day. We get up in the morning. It's 9 a.m. Like, it's not looking good.
You're going to hate this. You want to hear something? You're going to hate this answer. Because this was the thing. That morning, I wasn't even on cope. That morning, everyone just assumes I'm on cope because they know how much I hate flying. That morning, I'm like, guys, I am so tired. Like, I am so tired. I'm exhausted. I don't want to go to Vancouver and then run around, get to the concert. Like, I know I can do it, but I just don't want to. I'd rather watch it at home. And they're like, Cutie, you're going to regret this. It's going to blah, 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 blah. Having gone to the concert and come back. I didn't say that.
Ludwig said that.
Maybe Ludwig said that. Having gone to the concert and come back and the level of cortisol that's in my body now, I wish I would have stayed fucking home.
You know what's sad is after the concert was over, I was like, I bet she's gonna get back and be like, like, it didn't
It was
change
like,
my life.
Yeah, it was like, it was also like, okay, we'll get there into more detail, but the concert, like, I love Taylor. The concert wasn't that great. She was tired.
No.
She was freaking tired. And that's fine that she was tired.
Ludwig, like, this was amazing. She's so happy.
Did you say that?
I sent him a video of you at the concert.
Oh, really?
And he was like, is she having fun? And I was like, yes.
I think the hard thing is genuinely, I was Xanaxed out of my mind. I was so tired. I was so cold. I didn't feel cute because our outfits were thrown together. I also, this is not your fault, but you...
At a concert, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to be honest.
Exactly.
We're in stands and there's like a family in front of us.
Yeah.
And I don't know most of this. I kind of know some of the songs, but like, I'm not like a dancer.
Yeah.
I realized this. I realized this at the concert.
Yeah, me too.
Like I'm not a dancer. I'm not like a wooer. I'm not like a screamer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of just like I did fine in the box, like, but the box you could like run around and like you could dance with other people that were excited.
Was the most fun that I had because I just felt so unjudged. But being out with people, I was like,
But was that actually? I did feel bad about that at the concert, but I didn't know what to do. Like, was that my fault? Should I have just like?
I kind of went through. This is not your fault because I don't know what you could. I think it's just like I say it's your personality, but it's not your personality. It's just like you don't know Taylor the same way,
right? Yeah.
And I also, as funny as it is, you know different layers of me. And so I think, because I even know when I was so happy at the first Taylor Swift concert, there were a few times where you're like, oh my gosh. Like, because I remember.
I've never seen you like that in my life.
Exactly. Like, I know that. And so I was a little nervous about letting loose because I was like, Maya's going to think I'm kooky beans. And so I was thinking about it because Foosley was also there. And I was like, I wonder if I would have had more fun with Foosley.
You would have.
I know, or
100%.
like my cousin that I FaceTimed, you know? And I was like, oh crap, I feel bad because like Maya doesn't really, like, I know you're there and you're happy to be there, but you don't care to be there.
Right.
Like, you care about me, you don't care about Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think you know, it was fine.
Really, tragically, we kind of just like, like in the stands the whole time. But even if I was like, even if I was a huge, like, I really love Noah Kahan, right? Even if I was at a Noah Kahan concert, it was like we were like it's stands, so we're like standing, and there's like a family in front of us, and like girls behind. Like I don't think that I'm the kind of person that could let loose in an environment like that.
I think the only way I would have been able to let loose is if I would have been able to drink, but I couldn't drink because I was on Xanax. Well, I think I would have I think there's a layer of like, I'm fine letting loose in front of strangers at a Taylor Swift concert because we're all Swifties and it's like Barbie world. But there is an extra layer of like, Maya's going to think I'm lame. Is that weird? I know, but like, I know
all the way there for you and like put on the fit and the matching jackets for it. You think at that point I would be like, man, she's too into this? What do you mean?
Maybe.
That sucks.
When she sings A Million Little Times and I'm like screaming and then I'm
maybe we should have like.
We have something wrong with our relationship in that way.
Even if you were if we had like an aisle or something and you were on the aisle, I think that would have been more fun for you. I felt really kind of trapped in there. Like I didn't know how to. You also can't dance. Like you're standing in between people. Like,
I don't need to dance. I just like singing it at the top of my lungs with Taylor.
And I think that would have been great if you did that. I just would feel bad because I can't do that with you because I don't know.
I would have just thought you thought I was weird.
No.
Okay. Well, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I just think we have some like intimacy problems with our relationship. I don't know what it is. It's not normal.
Is that my fault? Am I doing something? Probably.
No. I think I am assuming you will judge me when you won't judge me. And I'm assuming.
Sometimes I think that you'll judge me when I say something that I think is funny. Because I'll be like, she's not going to think that's funny.
That's funny.
But that's just true.
That. I mean, it is true. Like, I might not think it's funny, but it's fine if you think it's funny.
Yeah.
Shoo.
So it's like I guess it goes both ways a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was fully expecting you to go crazy. I thought that you were toned down because of the environment that we were in.
No, I was just a little tired, and I just didn't want to be like that weird girl, that weird 30-year-old singing.
The other thing about
Popular
being
ones.
in those stands, and like I would not, like, I'm serious, I would not have judged you for it. I would have been like, I'm so glad she's that happy. But like if you were screaming, you would have been that weird, because people around us were not like screaming, freaking out.
They were all singing it. They're all singing it.
Not like, really? I didn't really hear them. Not
the
like
girl next to me
screaming
was.
Oh, I didn't. The girl next to me and her boyfriend or whatever, they were not. They were just standing there. They weren't even smiling. I looked over several times. I was like, do they even like her?
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I will say that energy was probably the worst energy of any of the shows I went to. But I think it was because genuinely Taylor Swift was so tired.
Oh.
And I'm not saying that in a parasocial way. I'm saying it in like a physical, like you could just see it, you guys. Like, it's not even just like looking at a woman and being like, you look tired today. It was like, I have seen this show so many times. You guys, I don't think you know, I have an alarm set on my phone for Surprise Song o'clock. Like I've seen the show hundreds of times. I've never seen her look that tired. She was tired.
It's actually funny when we left the stadium, Cutie, I don't remember exactly how this went. You were like, is it just me? Or I was like, I thought I was being parasocial because I don't know anything about Taylor Swift, but I thought that she was really off too. And you were like, yeah, right?
And
like,
then I texted Leslie, and that was the first thing Leslie said too.
Really?
Yeah. I
That's so
texted, let me see what verbatim what Leslie said.
I feel so bad. I'm sorry.
Don't feel bad. No. She
I'm sorry
said
that I'm not more of like a fun woo girl. I'm too freaking mellow.
It's fine. It's fine. I
hate myself.
I'm not usually a woo girl either.
But you are for Taylor Swift.
But only for Taylor Swift. I love that bitch.
I stifled your joy by being the way that I am.
I was too tired to be joyful anyway. That was my whole point. Maya, I'm not kidding you. And I mean this so earnestly, and you guys, well,
you wish you didn't go.
You probably believed me, but I don't think Ludwig or Squeaks believed me. I would have been just as happy, if not happier, with Buffalo Wild Wings on the couch at home watching the TikTok live.
I really think I did believe you. I told you that in the morning. Remember? Yeah. I was like, do you think you're on cope? And you were like, no. And I was like, okay, then I get it. Like, I get being tired after Streamer Awards. I'm down either way.
I was so tired. Hey, everybody, I have a rash. It's all over my arm. It's really gross and really itchy, but you know what? I have a solution, and it's ZocDoc, baby. ZocDoc is a free app and website that lets you search and compare top-notch in-network doctors and pick ones that fit your needs. I'm going to find which doctor looks like he can handle this weird thing. It's all bumpy and raised and red and itchy and weird, and it gives me the heebie-jeebies, but there's a doctor itching to take care of it on ZocDoc. And we're talking about 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty, from mental to dental to skincare, even your eyes. And the best part is appointments are available pretty quickly. You can even get them within 24 to 72 hours, or you can even find some same day appointments. I use ZocDoc, and you should too. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/wine to find and book a doctor instantly. That's ZocDoc.com/wine, ZocDoc.com/wine.
Yeah.
But Leslie said, I thought that was in my head, actually, or I thought it was because I had far seats, but her energy seemed lower and she seemed more disconnected from the crowd. But yeah, I definitely noticed that. She was probably just so done, LOL. It's like, yeah, it's just so funny. Everybody, it's fine. She deserves to be tired, for the record. And I'm not like, dance monkey dance. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I just, it was just, I would have been fine watching it at home and no one believes me, but.
I believe you.
Anyway, regardless, we'll talk more about that because there's more to it, but we'll go chronological because that's what Maya's good at.
Okay.
Yes. So that morning,
it's like 9 a.m. Cutie comes into my room. She's like, I'm tired. And I was like, valid. Are we going? And she's like, I don't think so. I don't know. It's 9:30 a.m. She's like, it's not looking good. Like, we're just like kind of sitting on our phones in the bed. The flight's at noon. And And she was like, I don't know, I'm just tired. Like, I kind of just want to watch it on the TV. It's like 10 a.m. Lud becomes a part of the conversation. He's like, no, you're going to want to go. Like, you should like pack and we could just go to the airport. And if you still don't want to go, like, that's fine.
He kept doing this thing that was like,
go.
For the record, I have a very supportive boyfriend, but such an egg. He was like, that's too easy. I was like, shut up. I'm so tired.
He did say that. He was like, no, I think that's just too easy to be tired and not try.
That's too easy. Yeah, and I was like,
so then Lud is like pro going, right? So then I go to her closet. I start pulling dresses.
That is the thing that got me. As soon as someone starts doing the job that I'm supposed to do, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, so I go to the closet. I start pulling dresses. I'm like, well, what if we wear matching fits? What if we wear this? What if we wear this? What if you match this with this? And then Cutie starts packing. But at this point, it's like 10:45, maybe close to 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Cutie starts packing. I start packing. And when I say packing, I mean like throwing stuff into a bag because our flight's at noon and like we're going to miss the flight now because we hadn't decided if we were going. So we like pack whatever, get in the car, go to the airport. On the way to the airport, we're like, dang, like we're probably not going to make this flight. Like this is not looking good. And then somehow passports came up. I gasp. And I was like, oh my God, my passport is in my suitcase at the house in LA. And we do not have time to turn around and go get it.
No.
And then come back. And we cannot schedule a later flight for various reasons.
I have OCD. I have OCD and a fear of flying. And so this is what a lot of people don't understand about OCD. Sometimes people think OCD is like, oh, I have to wash my hands 100 times. I can't have germs around. Yes, that's a type of OCD. But a more like generalized OCD is actually patterns and finding safety in patterns. There's a reason that people with OCD will like tap 3 times. Like I used to always have to tap my doorknob 3 times before I left, or I'd switch my lights on 5 times before I went to bed. Like patterns is what give you safety. When I was at my peak of my flight anxiety, I had a list of like 84 things that I had to have correctly and perfectly before I'd get on a plane. I've gotten that list down to like 7, I think. But one of those things is it has to be Delta, and it can't be a Boeing.
Socks that don't match.
Well, yeah, we also have to be wearing socks that don't match, but it has to be a Boeing, or it can't be a Boeing. Sorry. So if we were to switch any flights, there was only one Delta flight, but it would miss the show, and the other stuff was a Boeing, and I don't know just how to fly Delta. Sorry.
Yeah. So it's just like not a possibility to switch the flight. And here's the thing. We were flying into Seattle, not into Vancouver, for other various reasons.
Well, because Delta doesn't fly into Vancouver, so we had to fly into Seattle.
So we had to fly into Seattle, get a rental car, and drive into Vancouver.
Yeah.
So I can fly to Seattle without a passport because I have my ID. But I cannot get into Vancouver without my passport, and we cannot go back and get the passport. So then we start calling Canadian people. We're like, do they really check it?
Aiden.
At the border. Aiden,
Prezzo.
I'm texting Prezzo. Yeah. I texted another Canadian friend as well. Do they really check it at the border? Can I just lie down in the back? What are the consequences if I did? Like, what is that do I go to jail? What does that actually mean for us? Whatever. Can I just use my ID? Can I show a picture of my passport? And the answer is no. You cannot go into Canada. You cannot cross the border in a car without your passport. So we're and our options are very limited. And so Ludwig, props to Ludwig.
Yeah, Ludwig, I will say, I can't give him any shit for the it's too easy answer because he did go above and beyond to try to make me happy. So,
and the crazy thing about Lud doing this too is he was like, he made it not our problem at all. He was like, Maya, all you have to do right now is go through security and get on the plane with her. That's it. I will get you a passport. And I was like, how? How are you going to get my passport to Seattle? What do you mean? How are you going to get it into Canada? What do you mean I'm just going to magically have my passport when I get to Seattle? And he was like, Maya, just get through security, get on the plane. I'll get you your passport. I was like, okay.
I was
So we
like,
went
worst
through
case
security.
scenario, we land in Seattle and we'll just watch at the hotel.
Right. Absolute worst case. So we get through security. We do make it on the plane, which is crazy. And then Ludwig puts his assistant on a flight to Vancouver, like immediately with my passport. So his assistant gets my passport from my suitcase at my house, gets on a flight, a commercial flight to Vancouver, like the next flight out, and then gets a rental car in Vancouver with my passport, meets us at a motel across the border, like crosses the border into Seattle, meets us at a motel in Seattle, hands off my passport, and then we drove through the border into Canada.
Yeah.
And then his assistant flew back.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Do you want to hear a sad thing?
I already feel really bad about this whole situation. I don't know if I want to hear it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So remember when Christian met us at the motel and I was like, what are you going to do with your night? And he was like, I'm going to go to some dim sum place that I learned about from the lady sitting next to me on the plane.
Did he just make that up?
No, but it turns out that his rental car wasn't allowed to be returned in Seattle. So he had to drive back up to Vancouver.
And then fly out of Vancouver?
Yeah.
And his flight was out of Seattle?
I don't know if it was booked or not yet, but that was like the original plan, was just because we were like already in Seattle. Well, pretty much already in Seattle. But it's okay. I'm going to get him a nice gift basket for Christmas.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, we made it.
We made it.
We were late to the show, which was very stressful. That was a terrible way to start the concert.
See, the whole day was too stressful. I knew that. I knew this was going to happen.
We had the rental car we got was massive. Cutie just got scammed or something. I don't know. They were like, no, this is the only, you need this car. And it was like this giant, what was it?
It wasn't a Wrangler. Jeep. That was the thing is, okay, so I go up to the rental car lady and I ordered a mid-size SUV. It was great deal. Only like $30 a day. Great. Awesome. I love a mid-size SUV because I have a Subaru Forester. And so great. And so I'm hoping I get a Subaru or like a 4Runner or something like that. And she's like, ooh, we don't have any mid-size. We have a Jeep Wrangler. And I'm like, oh, that's fine. I can do a Jeep Wrangler. Like, as you know, I don't like small cars, but I like something in between. But it ended up being a Jeep.
It was
Jeep.
Silly.
A Jeep Wagoneer. It was a Jeep Wagoneer and it was massive. It was so big, dude. It was like I would have rather been in a small car. It was too big for little old me and us. It could sit like 10 people and it's just me and Maya in this car. Yeah. I don't get a choice.
Yeah. And then it's like hard to drive. And it's like hard to
It was really hard to drive.
Hard to park. Yeah.
And it had all these weird buttons. We couldn't figure out the AC.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was weird.
A dumb car.
It was dumb car. And so.
And go ahead.
Well, we drive through Seattle. We stop. We get sushi because we have time because we're waiting for Christian to meet us at the border. We go to the border. Sure enough, they do check our passports. Mm-hmm. They do.
They did. We put them away because we kind of wanted to know if this was worth it or not.
Yeah.
And we could not have gotten in without our passports.
Yeah. And it was a Swiftie. She was wearing friendship bracelets. And we were like, woohoo. And she's like, yippee. And so we go through, we rush to the place. Parking's miserable because I'm in a freaking car that is 20 feet long. And so I park illegally in this parking lot because I'm like, it says small cars only. I couldn't move. I didn't know where to go. I couldn't go anywhere. And so I just did it. And then we run to the we are physically running to the concert.
Yeah.
And we missed Lover, so we missed the opening.
And you could hear it too because we were close enough to the stadium where you could hear, and you could like hear the music going, and Cutie was so sad.
I was sad.
We were missing it. Like, and we couldn't figure out how to get in. It's like this huge venue and you can't follow the crowd anymore because everyone's obviously in there. So we were just like running around like, where do we go? How do we get in? Like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, we missed my, I'm drunk in the back of the car and I cried like a baby come home from a bar. So that was kind of sad. But like, that's the only song I really care about in the Lover set. I don't really like, You Need to Calm Down and The Man is fine. And so it's like fine missing those. But the opening is so sick, but it's okay. Because she was tired anyway, so we didn't like really miss out. But I was like watching it on the TikTok live as we were running in too. And then we get there. That was the thing. If you live in Vancouver, your stadium's freaking weird. Because it's like in a pit. And so you have to like find stairs down.
This is a BC place.
BC place, yeah. So we find stairs down and then we have to get in there. There's no cell service. So I'm trying to pull up my Ticketmaster tickets.
And she can't. And there's all these people waiting outside like trying to buy tickets to get in too. So they like thought that we were trying to do that. And Cutie actually had tickets. And so then it made us even later. And then I had our passports in my wallet and they wouldn't let me bring my wallet in because it was like too big. And it was like, whatever, I get it. So I just like stripped everything out of my wallet and like gave them my wallet. And I was like, I don't care. And then we ran in.
Yeah.
So it was a rough start to the show.
Just in time for Fearless, though.
Yeah.
So then we did Fearless. And then to make this more of a like, why is Karma doing this to me exactly? Is my favorite thing is obviously surprise songs. I have an alarm set, surprise song o'clock. I've streamed surprise song o'clock 1,000 times. I love surprise songs. If you are not a Swiftie, it is when Taylor plays an old song from that she's not in part of the set list or whatever. And recently, ever since she did her first leg of America, she started doing medleys. And so I'm pumped. I'm like, here we go. Surprise song o'clock. The weirdest thing is she does A Place in This World, which is a song from Debut, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous song. Actually, I might have messed that up. Is that Fearless? In This World. No, it's Debut. I was right. Okay. And so she does that song. So everyone's really excited. But then she does a medley with New Romantics, which arguably, even the meanings of the songs makes little to no sense. Like it's fine. It's just not as like usually it's like you would think A Place in This World would go with You're on Your Own Kid. And this is just for the Swifties, obviously, but it would just make way more sense, especially for the last show. Song. And I do love You're on Your Own Kid, but she does New Romantics. And I'm like, okay. But New Romantics was one of my surprise songs that I got when I went to LA. So I'm not even getting like a new surprise song. I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. And then the second set medley, she does Long Live, which is exciting. But I've also seen Long Live live because it was a part of the set when I saw it. So she does Long Live with a medley of New Year's Day, which is the other song that I got with New Romantics back in LA. So it was also a little weird that she replayed both of those songs the same night when that was where she ended LA and everyone thought she was going to come back down to LA. So then everyone thinks that's an Easter egg. Like, oh, she's still going to come to LA. No, she's not. She's freaking tired. I'll be honest. She's not coming back to LA. The tour is over. But it was just crazy that she did New Year's Day and New Romantics, which were both surprise songs that I already got. But then she did the manuscript, which was nice.
Wait, what's that?
It was a medley with Long Live, New Year's Day, and then the manuscript.
Oh, it's a song.
Yeah.
Man. I feel so bad. You know what?
Why?
We need to have better communication because you know what's sad about talking about this right now is that when we were at the concert, I was feeling bad about like not being pumped up enough and you being so much more toned down than the last time I saw you at a Taylor Swift concert. And I was like, this is probably because of me. And I don't know if it's because of me or if it's because of where we are, but I felt bad about it. And if we would have just talked about it, or if I was like, hey, you want to go? I don't know. Or like,
I wouldn't have been able to.
You want to go like, I don't know. I just feel bad.
I wouldn't have been able to let loose or anything. I should have been like, fine.
Why aren't you having, like, do you want to be having more fun? Should I be more fun? I mean, what would we have done? Nothing different.
It's fine. But everything's fine. I don't regret it. I think it was fine. I don't even know if I could have been more pumped up. I was so tired. I was off of Xanax.
Yeah, and it was a stressful it was a stressful.
It was a day after Streamer Awards. I'm after freaking Xanax.
Day like, after Streamer Awards. Literally the night before was like Streamer Awards after party too, not just the show. The whole shebang. Yeah.
But we saw Tortured Poets Department was live, which is cool, and I was at the last show, which is cool. And then we go to exit. We saw one, and also, oh my gosh, that was the other part. One of my favorite things is trading friendship bracelets. I left them in the freaking car.
Yeah.
I packed them and everything. I always got extra friendship bracelets on me. So we're about to leave to the airport. I run inside. I go to my bracelet thing. I grab a handful of friendship bracelets and I bring them. And then I happen to leave them in the freaking car.
Yeah. So then we met only like 2, right? Like only a couple viewers, and they gave us friendship bracelets and we couldn't give any back, which is like really messed up.
Yeah. Sorry if that was you.
Sorry.
We didn't have any.
Yeah.
If we did, they would have been really pretty though. So.
Yeah.
But then we leave the venue and we're lost for a solid 20, maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Because we just ran in and didn't see exactly where we came from.
Mm-hmm. And I am useless.
You
when
were
it comes to,
surprisingly useless.
I'm useless when it comes to like sense of direction. Even
I
like
didn't
hotel
know that
rooms.
about you.
I'm so, oh yeah. Even hotel rooms, I will turn out the wrong direction in a hotel room until I leave that hotel. Every
so
single
weird.
time. It's like backwards in my head. I don't know why. Something's broken.
We found our car, but then the car was too big to get out of the parking garage.
Oh my God. I can't relive this. Dude, it was so embarrassing getting out of that parking garage.
So there was one exit and one entrance, obviously. And there's like 3 lines going to this exit. And my car is so big that I don't think I can like reverse my car a different way and go get in the line. And so I'm like, Maya, what if we just go out the entrance?
What if we just go out the entrance? And it looks so bad because it looks like we're trying to like cheat the line and be crazy. And like they're not tinted windows. It's just like, and there's a line, like there's stopped cars just watching us try to do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or like let's just go out the entrance. She makes like a 20-point turn, and then we go. We try to go out the entrance, and the door to the entrance slams shut when we try to leave because it's like,
it has
nope,
a sensor.
you can't do that. So then she had to back up and make another 20-point turn and try.
All while this guy in a Tesla is watching us laughing.
Like, loved it. Thought it was hilarious. It was.
So then I go and get in line the long way. I'm in line the long way. As I'm waiting. Tesla guy comes in corner. And I let him in, of course. I say, you've earned this. Eventually we get out. We go to our hotel. Our hotel was gorgeous.
Craziest hotel I've ever seen in my life. I love hotels, but I'm also like pretty frugal. I've never had a hotel room like that ever. It was insane. It was a hotel, one of the hotels where it's like a suite and there's another room attached to it. Like there's a door to go into the other room. There was like a bedroom and there's a freaking little like kitchen-y area and like a bathroom, and then there's a door and you went in and it was like an office. Like there was a whole living room. There's a freaking Christmas tree in it. It's where we filmed the last ep.
Yeah.
Was in the suite part of the hotel room. Like, what the heck?
It was crazy. And it was all, they had a bunch of cute little Taylor Swift things. Like they had a record player and it had 1989 on it because the concert and stuff. So it was cute.
Yeah.
But I will say, I'm a bit of a Vancouver hater.
Maybe we did it wrong because a lot of people really like Vancouver, but we just didn't, there wasn't a ton of stuff for us to do.
Well, everyone says you have to go in the summer.
Oh.
That's what everyone kept saying. They're like, oh, you go to the botanical gardens. Oh, it's in the winter. Never mind. Oh, you go do this hike. Oh, it's in the winter. Never mind.
Well, the aquarium was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
They do a good job there. I learned a lot.
We got crepes.
Yeah. Those were also good. And
we went to Urban Outfitters.
Went shopping a little bit. And we went to Best Buy and got mics for the episode. That was awesome.
Yeah, I couldn't have done any of those things in LA.
She's bitter.
I'm just tired because I have a freaking stress rash. I would never had a stress rash thinking I have a stroke. If my cortisol levels would have been, it's fine.
You don't think you would have gotten that stress rash if it weren't for flying to Vancouver?
I think everything's a bucket. And I think I just really have worn myself down too much.
That's fair.
I'm not doing well, boss.
I think that I had fun. I think it was a good trip.
I think it was fine.
It was cool to be in like a different location because in like the whole time span of our friendship, we've only ever been in 2 locations. I think. So that was cool.
Yeah, no, we've done Vegas. That's 3.
Oh, whoops. Okay, we've done 3 locations. Now we've done 4.
Technically San Diego, if you want to count that as a different one. Still California.
Sure. 5.
Well, technically we're in Seattle too, so that's 6.
6.
Wow.
We should make a map. We can have one of those couple travel maps.
Swift.
Where we put a little pin on it. The Fear and guys are telling me that I have to.
No, we're not going to Japan. God. These boys drive me crazy. They have no clue how phobias work. They're like, cutie, now that you flied, you have to come to Japan. And I'm like, that's not how it works.
It's also not the same. Like the flight to Seattle was like 2 hours or something.
Yeah.
It was so chill. Okay. Well,
they exhaust me.
We will not be going to Japan. Our producers asked if we can call our voicemail during this episode so we can tell people about it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, if you guys don't know, we have restructured the Patreon quite a bit, and it is still a work in progress a little bit, but by January 1st, it should be good and running and whatever. And Tier 1 obviously gets the bonus episode, as well as pet pictures and a book club, which book club is in bit of hiatus because the boys aren't replying to us. So it might just be in me and Maya this month.
Do you think they've even read it? Because I've been done with it for weeks.
Lud has read it. I know Lud's read it.
We could just do it with, we could just have Lud come in here.
Yeah, maybe that's what we'll do. So book club will be recorded soon, we hope. And then Tier 2 now has a gaming episode, Trash TV, and what we call the
Confessions Call-ins?
Call-in
Call-ins?
confessions.
Call-in confessions.
Yeah, call-in confessions. So you can call a number and leave a voicemail. Just tell us the hottest drama in your life. What's going on? Like, you know, like, did you just unplug the alarm clock of your roommate because you wanted them to be late to work so you could steal their job?
Yeah.
Confess. Let us know.
Confess and then we'll weigh in. But also we just want like an outlet for goss.
Yeah, it's just a goss outlet that's not our own. And it's not an advice show because that's what everyone does. It's just a call-in confessions. It's a gossip column as a voicemail. Yeah.
We also don't want to give you advice because what if it's bad?
And I don't know what I'm fucking doing. I can't give you advice.
Yeah. So that's starting up on the Patreon. The number, we'll probably put it on screen. It's 878-225-5924. Should I call it?
Is short for 878 call WAI.
I haven't called it yet. I'm gonna see.
Sexy singles, this is Cutie Cinderella. And this is Maya. Welcome to Call-In Confessions, where you drop us some dram or the hottest goss in your neighborhood. Don't forget to leave your confession at the beep and tell your dad I said hi. Beep.
Is there a real beep?
I don't know. Maybe I'm leaving one right now. Hello?
Are you leaving one?
Do you have a confession? All right, well, we'll review this on the next episode. That was pretty good. That's a good voicemail.
Good voicemail.
You did a good job. So
Your
you guys
beep
can leave us your drum.
I feel like if there's a way to add another beep, like a real beep, that would be less confusing, I think.
Yeah. We also
but we'll see what
signed
happens.
Christmas cards when I was in LA for tier 3s.
But I actually need everyone to stop subscribing as tier 3s.
Yeah, we have 400 Christmas cards.
And we are at 365 tier 3s. So only 30 more of you can get them, please. So we don't have to deal with figuring out how to get the rest signed.
Yeah. I drew some pictures in them. And Cutie wrote some bad words in them.
For the record, Maya was signing hers the morning after she found out her friend died, so she didn't have a lot to say.
I'm sorry,
So it happens.
but I signed them all.
But they're beautiful. She has a beautiful signature.
Thank you.
Well, thank you guys for watching this week's episode. We are going to head over to the Patreon now and continue gossing.
Like and subscribe.
Bye.
I really need it right now.
Oh, she does.
Thank you. Goodbye.